All right, Google just dropped a major update to Gemini. And this one's a really big deal. We're not just talking about an AI that's better at answering simple questions. We're talking about a fundamental, deep-down change in how it reasons its way through genuinely difficult problems. So let's break down exactly what makes this a structural leap for AI. Okay, the whole story really boils down to one single, massive change in the model's core logic. We're going to look at the one number that explains why this isn't just another small update. It's a foundational shift in how these things think. Now, what you're looking at right here, this is the key to the entire story. This benchmark, ARC AGI2, it's specifically designed to test for true reasoning, not just stuff the AI has memorized. It throws completely new logic puzzles at the model, things it has never, ever seen before. The last version of Gemini Pro, it was at about 31%. Now look at that jump. In just 3 months, this new version has more than doubled that score. It's incredible. Yeah, let that number sink in for a second. 77.1%. A jump that huge on a test this hard, in such a short amount of time, that's the real heart of this story. This is the kind of leap that completely changes the conversation about what these models are capable of. So, the most crucial takeaway is this. We're not talking about a little tweak or some minor refinement. A score like this suggests a real, structural change in how the AI model fundamentally thinks and solves abstract problems, right from the ground up. So, a massive benchmark score is great, but what does all this new reasoning power actually mean for you, for me, for real-world use? Let's move away from the theoretical tests and see what this thing can actually build. So, who is this for? Well, Google has been super direct about it. This model is for situations where a simple answer is not enough. You gotta think of it as being built for the hard stuff. You know, complex problem solving, and those long, multi-step tasks where the AI has to actually create a plan and follow it through. And this is where that new reasoning power starts to unlock some just incredible new abilities. We're seeing it generate animated graphics straight from a text prompt, create live 3D simulations that can track your hand movements in real time, and even translate an abstract literary theme into a functional working app design. It's wild. And hey, don't just take Google's word for it. We're seeing third-party validation, like this quote from the CEO of Mercor, which proves these aren't just little toy problems. We're talking about complex, real-world professional workflows that were, simply impossible for any AI model to handle before this release. And what makes this all possible is the sheer scale we're dealing with. It has an input context of 1 million tokens. Think of tokens as just little pieces of words. And it can output 64,000 tokens. What that means is it can analyze entire projects, like a whole code repository or a massive research paper, not just tiny little snippets. Okay, so this powerful new model is here, but who actually gets to use it and how? Let's take a look at how Google is deploying this massive foundational upgrade across its entire ecosystem. You know, what's really important here is the consistency. Google is shipping this upgrade everywhere at once. Regular consumers get it in the Gemini app, and subscribers get higher usage limits. And for developers, you get access through the API across a whole suite of tools, from Google AI Studio to Vertex AI. The point is, pretty much everyone is getting the same core reasoning improvements at the same time. It's also worth remembering that Google is being very clear that this is a preview. They're actively gathering feedback and seeing how it works before a full general release, which honestly shows they're being pretty careful about how this new capability performs out in the wild. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Beyond just Google's own products, there's a massive external angle to the story that could affect hundreds of millions of people. And yeah, it has to do with that device that's probably in your pocket right now. That's right. Thanks to a multi-year deal that was announced back in January, Apple is planning to power its iconic digital assistant Siri using Google's Gemini technology. So according to reports, we're expecting to see these Gemini-powered features debut in a pretty near-future iOS update. The implication here is huge. Gemini's advanced reasoning power won't just be for Google users. It's on track to become a core part of the experience for hundreds of millions of Apple users too. Okay, so for our final section, let's pull all of this together. We'll look at the full report card, from the other benchmarks to safety, and what it all signals for the future of AI. And it's not just that one headline number. I mean, look across the board, from competitive coding, where it achieves an elite-level ELO rating, to graduate-level scientific knowledge. The performance is just top tier. As you can see from this data, that core reasoning improvement is truly lifting all boats, making the model stronger in basically every single category. And all this power is being deployed with some serious guardrails. Google's own evaluations show the model stays below alert thresholds for critical risks, like cyber threats. And what's really interesting is that its advanced deep think mode can actually perform worse on some of these dangerous tasks, which naturally limits the risk. So the reasoning gains are real, but they're being rolled out cautiously. And this timeline really puts the speed of all this into perspective. The jump from version 3 Pro in November to 3.1 Pro in February just shows how fast things are moving. This isn't a one-off update. It feels like a really clear, dependable stepping stone towards much more ambitious AI systems that can plan and act on their own. So that's the verdict on Gemini 3.1 Pro. It really represents a genuine structural leap in how AI handles abstract logic. It's a foundational layer that's now being rolled out across the world's two biggest tech ecosystems. And that leaves us with one massive question. Now that this new level of reasoning is here, what truly difficult problems will it finally solve